An interesting turn of events just happened this past weekend at the box office, where you now have Mufasa the Lion King taking the number one spot at the US box office with a decent $23.8 million. dollars. It has finally gotten closer to 170 million at the US box office, actually currently at 168.6 million. It managed to pass Sonic the Hedgehog in its third weekend. Sonic 3 did come close to rivaling that number. Sonic did 21.2 million in its third weekend for a total of 187.5 million at the US box office. Uh, Now, if you look at the entire top 10, they were not that impressive by a long stretch, but they're still okay. Like for instance, the new Nosferatu movie? That film made 13.2 million. It has finally gotten to 69.4 million. Moana of all movies is on track to hit $1 billion. I will say this now, Moana will get to $1 billion. I don't know when it will do that, but it will get at least a crawl to $1 billion because this film is still fought at the US box office. It made $12.4 million. It's currently at 420 $25.2 million. Wicked, on the other hand, will cross $700 million this week alone because it's also made another 10.2 million this past weekend. The U.S. box office is currently at $415 million at the U.S. box office. A Complete Unknown made 8.1 million, a total of 41.7. Baby Girl made 4.4 million for a total of $16 million. Gladiator 2 made 2.7 million for a total of 168.9 million. Homestead made 2.1 for a total of 17.5, and then The Fire Inside made 1.2 million for a total of $7.1 million. Now, the main thing we are going to look at now is the international numbers because the international numbers are looking good for Mufasa the Lion King. So, for the first time in 3 weeks since he made his debut, I'm going to confirm to you guys that Mufasa the Lion King will break even. It will make money for Disney because it is doing well overseas. It is pulling big numbers overseas, which is incredible. And the numbers don't lie. When you look at the numbers and you're seeing it as it is, there's no hiding from it. The numbers actually prove now that Mufasa the Lion King as well as Moana are a big success for Disney I'm not gonna talk only about Moana now, but like Mufasa the Lion King, which is the one I thought would lose Disney money, is officially going to make money for them. So now when we look at the international numbers for Mufasa, it's made $53.5 million in its third weekend. $53.5 million overseas in his third weekend, which is just 30.4% drop from last weekend. And it has hit a total of $307.8 million internationally in 53 markets. Now, if you look at the total in general with the 168.6 million in the US, you are now looking at 474.6 million. So what it means is that this film is eyeing between 650 million to 730 million dollars worldwide when it's all said and done. That is incredible. That is good numbers now because the movie cost Disney over 200 million to make, so it needed 550 to 600 million to break even. It is going to break even and maybe make a tiny bit of profit for Disney. I never expected it to get anywhere near 650 million, but it's on its way to 650 million dollars at the at the worldwide box office. Then now, when you look at Moana 2's international numbers, it has crossed $950 million at the global box office, meaning that it's going to hit $1 billion next weekend, which is incredible. Moana 2 grossed $26 million on its sixth weekend, dropping 29% from last week. It is currently at $535.3 million internationally in 53 markets. And now when you add it with the 425.2 million in the US, it is at $960.5 million at the worldwide box office. So it's going to beat $1 billion by the end of next week. So you will look at the fact that it will get to at least over $1 billion to $1.1 billion when it's all said and done. That's a huge number. In fact, it will beat Despicable Me 4 as the 10th highest grossing film, since the pandemic and all that, and it's gonna cross $1 billion easily. So I hope you guys enjoyed this box office rundown for this week. Please share your thoughts down below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do like our content. I'll see you guys very much next time.